Pedro from A&P-REACTS. I'm here today with Guernica Mancini from Thundermother. How's it going?
Good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for taking the time to chat about the new record.
Well, thank you for having me.
First question I have for you is perhaps a simple one, maybe a difficult one. It depends on how you look at it. But does this album, in your opinion, represent a growth and strength that the band has had over the years?
I would say that's 100% correct. I think that, this band has been through a lot, and we're just showing that the new lineup, the current lineup, is a very strong one, and it's the one that's gonna make this band go to the next level. And I think it shows. I mean, when you hear the album, we're a very solid unit, and we've written it together, and we just have so much fun together, and we've toured so much together, and I think it all is a great combination. You can hear it on the new album.
How was the creative process behind the album? Did you guys try anything new, or is the same that you've done in previous records?
We did. We For the first time we actually worked with different songwriters. Not only, us, the band, but we collaborated with the different people just to see how that would feel, and to be, not to say that everything happened to be great and is even on the album, but it was a very nice learning experience. I mean, we all grew a lot from it, and I think we all feel very comfortable and confident in our own skills by doing that. Um, but it was a great process. We all 2019 we spent it, like, we went to Germany, and we worked with all kinds of people, and it turned out really great, I think.
The energy on the record really has this friendship vibe to it. When you listen to the album, you can feel like your guys were just having a really good time putting these tracks together. That energy was really transmitted into the songs. Do you feel that way when you listen now to the album, to the finished product?
I do. I think it has great energy, and I'm just so happy that the energy that we have when we play live is transmitted to that album, because that's kind of hard. Sometimes you lose that, but I I I really think we did a great job in capturing the energy that the band always has. I mean, we have so much fun together, and we really, really love what we do. So I'm just very happy that that came across.
Well, when you look at the time that you guys spent together in the studio, do you look at it as creative and enjoyable, or stressful and hectic, or perhaps both?
Um, well, I'm not the biggest fan of recording. I'm more of a, I like the creative process, and my favorite thing is obviously to be on stage and performing live. But you do have to record albums. So I think that all in all, it was a great experience. I honestly, not to brag, but a lot of my demo vocals actually are on the album, because they just sounded that good that they came on the album. So for me, I was just more, at least it was 6 songs that my vocals from the backing, the demo are on the album, and now I just had to go in and like fix like small things here and there. So it was a really easy process, and we actually did something new on this one, where we finished a song, and then we started a new one. We didn't do like all drum tracks, all blah blah, but so that way we always had something to do, and it just made the whole recording process a lot more fun, and also that everyone was involved in all the parts.
This way, I'm assuming it's better for you because everybody's together through the whole recording process versus, for example, you coming in, doing all the vocals, leaving, somebody coming in, doing all the drums, leaving, then the next one comes in, does the guitars. Do you find this creates more of a connection between the band members, creates more of a sisterhood, if you will?
Yeah, I 100% think so. I think that's also why you can hear the energy, because we were all there. We've been all involved in all parts, and giving each other feedback, and no, redo that. Like, it's just been, yeah, no, it was great. I would recommend that to everyone. If you have the time, then it's so much. It makes the studio time so much more enjoyable.
When I looked at the name of the album, Heat Wave, it reminded me of the summer because you get those heat waves in the summer. Then I
Yeah.
listened to the album, and the album has this party vibe atmosphere. Like you can have a party in your backyard, have some drinks, your friends and family over. So that then connected with the title of the record. And then the more I listened to the album, the more I realized how hot the tracks were. And then if you look at all the tracks together, it creates a heat wave. So so to you, what was the idea behind the title? Was the idea of putting all these three things together?
I don't think initially it wasn't. That's just the magic that happened. But no, but definitely, I mean, we like the song Heat Wave was inspired by the hottest day last summer where we played a show in Munich. It was the first time we opened for, actually, I'm wearing their shirt today, Rose Tattoo. Um, and yeah, it was incredibly hot. It was, I don't know Fahrenheit, but it was like at least it was close to 40 Celsius.
Okay, that's hot.
That's freaking hot. And we were, I don't know, I know my son, our bass player, she had like, because we jumped so much on stage and we were all getting like, she was all like this close to throwing up on stage just from the heat, you know? So that was too much information, but but it was just I think, yeah, that's cool that you say that. It was inspired by a very hot day, and the fact that it is a party album and it is fun and perfect for the summertime, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, but I agree.
Overall, the sound. Bear with me on this one, all right? Because when I listened to the album, I got different feelings as far as the overall sound is concerned. But by the time I finished the record and I listened to it a few times, I felt like this album had like a mixture of AC/DC with Motorhead, and then you mix Janis Joplin in the middle. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're all, first of all, legends and artists and bands that we all look up to, and everyone always compares us to, or I mean, they're our main influences. I wouldn't say Janis Joplin, that's a new one, and I thank you so much for saying that. But I think that 100% agree, and I think that's how Thundermother is. I mean, we are a combination of all our favorite bands, and I think that on this fourth album we really managed to keep the Thundermother core, which is the AC/DC Motorhead DNA, but also infuse it with all our other influences as well. So it kind of creates our unique own Thundermother sound, but still keeping that retro vibe. So yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Janis Joplin thing really comes from my perception in terms of listening to your vocals on the record. I felt that they were very bluesy at times. So that kind of inspired me to go down that route. And I really like the sound that you have on your voice, the tone, and the ability that you had on the record to understand what the song asked for as far as the overall mood and atmosphere of the track, and ever so slightly change the way you deliver your vocals to give it that more rock feel or to give more of that bluesy feel. Is that something that you do? You think about it and you want to deliver it that way, or is just how the song really pulls you and you just go where the flow is going?
It's a combination of both. I do actually. Janis is like an influence, a big influence on for me, like with that whole deliverance part. Like I always think about that when we play live, how important, how that has inspired me when I've seen live clips of her live. Like how every word you could really feel that she meant what she was saying and singing, and that's the same thing that I want to do with our song. So yeah, I do think about what the song needs, but obviously I'm following my heart also, and like doing what I feel is right for the song. But it's a little heart and brain, combo.
Yeah, a heart and brain need to come together.
Yes, they do.
How do you prepare vocally before you even go into the studio for the recording of an album? Is there anything that you do specifically to make sure your voice stays fresh throughout the whole recording process?
Well, I had problems with my vocal cords like 2 years ago, and since then I've been doing this. It's called fonationsrör in Swedish. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's like you blow in a glass straw, in water, and that kind of like it's like a part of my warm up, you know. And I have to do that. Technically, I should do it like a lot of times every day, and I need to do it my entire life, which I don't. But when I'm in the studio, I need to do that for sure, and I do it all before live gigs as well. But that I think that's like the main thing, and then it is kind of I would say it's not fair towards I guess pop artists or whatever, but I naturally have a raspy voice, so sometimes I just know that okay, today I'm gonna do this kind of vocal, so I can just be like, huh, okay, I'm good. Let's do this. You know, it depends on the vocal. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Don't ever do that. But yeah, sometimes I can just go ahead and get really gritty vocals just by, you know, not preparing as well as I should.
Just for being there.
Yeah.
Just for being there. I want to ask you about a couple of specific tracks on the record. To me, they're for me, this is my opinion. They're two of my favorites, and they're outstanding tracks. I want to start off with Back in '76. I love that song. I love the throwback sound that it has, the feel, the pure rock and roll. It just has a lot of energy. How did that song come together?
Well, Filippa had like a cool line. Now I need to. Oh, what's the line in the song? It's in '76. Well, whatever. That like inspired with the whole the guitar, you know, the gain. And now you're asking the singer to explain these guitar things. So I'm sorry. But she had a really cool like two sentences, and then we build upon that, you know. And then '76 is a year that obviously throughout the whole '70s there's great albums, but '76 is not a year that has been sung. Nobody has done any songs about that specific year, so we just took that year. But there are great releases obviously that year, and I don't know. It just happened. I remember we wrote it with in collaboration with Sören as well. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm sorry. No, I don't have. But it was just yeah.
Just a fun song.
It's a super fun song.
It is. And the other one that I really felt it was really a standout track. It's the ballad on the record, "Sleep." Was there a difficult song for you? Because it felt to me it's a very emotional track. I mean, from the way it's structured, the way it sounds.
Yeah. You mean emotional to just perform it?
Yeah, the emotion in the lyrics, the lyrical content, the way your vocals sounded, it felt to me that was very heartfelt.
No, it definitely is heartfelt. I mean, I had to like the lyrics are inspired by past heartaches for sure, and when I'm not saying that I'm like reliving them as I sing them, but it does bring me back to really rough times like in my past, you know. So yeah, definitely thought about my ex, you know, like whatever I went through. Now it's like 3 or 4 years ago, but for sure, yeah, definitely. And I really wanted to. I'm happy that it came across too, because it's like I think that most people have gone through that kind of heartache where you're about to separate from someone that you're living with, you've been together for a long time, and it's really rough. And yeah, so it made it extra important for me to just really, you know, sing it, and with the, you know, the pain that comes with that. So yeah,
It helps to heal.
it does help to heal for sure. For sure. I'm a happy single person since several years back, but yeah, it does help.
You look very happy, so I'm not gonna question your personal decisions, because it feels to me that you made the right choice. I mean, you end up with a great song, and you're happy. So I mean, it's a win-win situation.
It is definitely, and I think that that's how you do. Like that's how all songwriters work. You use your own experiences to heal and to get through whatever you need to do in life, like fun stuff and hard stuff.
Yeah. Life is made up of ups and downs, and then you can use those and incorporate them in your music, and it allows the fans to connect with the music, because then you're singing about things that are personal to you, but we all experience similar story, similar situations. So it's not like you're talking about things that are abstract.
No.
So I feel like that allows fans to connect better with the music.
Exactly. And can I just say something real quick about the album and just that part is that now that we've all been involved in a songwriting, it also makes it easier for me to express that, to be more true and honest in my expression now that I've actually been part in the writing, and I'm actually like parts of it is actually like stuff that I've actually lived through myself. So I'm I'm very very happy about just that, because it's so important. Like, however fun the song is, like it's nice to know, like in the song Into the Mud, we're actually talking about party situations that we've been to together as a group. So even there, I can be like true and honest with what I'm singing, because
Yeah,
it's
you can
interesting.
connect with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can totally see that. When you guys were recording, was there one song that you said to the rest of the girls, listen, girls, this song's got to make the set list when we go out touring?
I Into the Mud.
That
No, but
was the
because it's like, for me, it's like I just love party songs, and I could envision, like I see the audience in front of me singing with me and jumping and being like crazy, and also it's I love being able to, and we talked about this a little earlier, but like to show off that I can do different things with my voice. And in that song I kind of get to do like the little Axl Rose kind of rappy vocal in the verses, and I really like that. I love being able to just like, I can play with all the colors, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I can do I can sing really heartfelt, I can do this, and I can, so to me, that song is so much fun. And I can't wait to sing it, do it live.
Was there a track that you guys at one point felt that perhaps was not going to make the record because it was giving you guys a little bit of an extra hard time?
Well, I mean, I would say the bonus tracks. We had a few conversations about like deciding on the. It's always about like the drum beats, like what kind of drum beat do we want there, or blah blah blah. So if a song takes more than a day to figure out, then we kind of put it on like hold. But then they actually turn out, like I know Bad Habits was one song that we were like, oh, it's not happening. It's not. We're not
Oh,
feeling it.
I
I know
love
it's
that song.
crazy.
I
I
love.
know. I love it too. But it was like at first it wasn't happening, and then we added that cool like bass line to
Oh,
it, and
yeah.
everyone was like, "Hell yeah! Okay, now we're talking. Now this is happening." And it's a bonus track on the album. So yeah, and that one, and I know Ghost was also like, there was not that we weren't, we wanted the song on the track, but on the album, but we were kind of like insecure about like what kind of drum beat we would have, and it was a lot of back and forth between Emily and Filippa, because they had like, they were in two different sides of what kind of drums they wanted for that track. But eventually we figured it out, and it's on the CD. So
So you could say that this album is definitely a child of love.
100%, so much love. It's my favorite child.
It's your baby. It's
It's
your
my
baby.
baby. Yes, it is my baby.
I
That
have
I
one.
happen to have had with 4 people. I mean, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a child that you share with other people. So
Yeah.
it's your baby, but it's a baby that's it's joint custody.
Yeah, joint custody. Yes, exactly. Yes.
I have one more question for you. Is there anything that you learn about yourself from the experience of putting this record together?
um, I mean, I learned so much. Last year, I went through. I mean, I had a tumor last year, so I went through that, and that kind of, and that was in the when we started writing songs with Sören. So I really just I learned that how, no, I've always known music is important for me, but last year just really solidified my love and passion for what I do, and the fact that I've chosen the right path. It just kind of just put everything in like in another perspective. And now that I'm on the other side of it now, and I mean they took out the tumor and the cancer and blah blah blah, but it just I've never felt so like I just know exactly that I've chosen the right path, and the path being to be in a rock band and to pursue my love for music. So that to me has been huge, and that has also given me a lot of confidence in my vocals and just as a performer. It's like I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I am 100% doing what I love, and I don't care what anyone says. So yes, that was a long answer.
Well, I want to thank you for your time and congratulate you on the upcoming record Heat Wave coming out July 31st on AFM Records.
Thank you.
And also congratulate you for beating cancer. That's it's not an easy task. Neither one of them is an easy task, but that one to me is perhaps the most important battle that you got to win. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.